All right, instant reaction to a wild slate of games this afternoon in college football. I just finished up watching the Texas and Florida game. Texas goes to the swamp and loses. That probably could have been predicted. Arch and that offense continued to look awful. The one thing, though, that was surprising, not the offense for Texas being bad, but their defense actually gave up quite a bit of yardage. That freshman receiver for Florida had a lot of hype. He definitely delivered today. Maybe he can help unlock DJ Lagway in that offense. And maybe Florida and Napier once again have a huge end of the year. I don't know. Maybe Billy Napier can get other wins combined with this Texas one and somehow convince Florida not to fire him. But the story here is Texas. Arch in that offense looks awful. Again, the defense for the first time this year looked questionable at times, especially given how Lagway had played this year. But again, I think that freshman receiver helped unlock him. But I don't know. Texas better figure it out. They got a huge game against Oklahoma, who looks like even without Mateer is still explosive on offense. So, and their defense is considerably better than Florida. So, I don't know what Texas is going to do next week. Maybe they were looking ahead to Oklahoma. You could say that, but I don't think they're good enough to have earned that excuse this year. They couldn't score on UTEP. For all I'm concerned, their offense is just bad. I don't know. Arch just doesn't look like he's the guy. What made it even more apparent that he just might not be the guy is he had to leave for a play late in the last drive in the fourth quarter. His helmet came off, the backup came in and immediately threw a beam down the field, and then he goes out and Arch can't do anything with the ball once again. So I don't know, maybe the backup's better. I don't know much about him, I'm going to be honest, but granted, it was only one play, but that one play was better than I would argue any play Arch had all year long. So I don't know. We'll see what Texas has done. I'm out on them until they can prove to me otherwise. Speaking of being out on them until they can prove to me otherwise, Penn State goes across the country, granted, to UCLA, a horrible team. They've looked awful all year long. Even with Nico, they're 0-4. They've already fired their coach, and they were blowing Penn State out in the first half. And they ended up winning the game. Granted, Penn State made a ferocious comeback, had a chance to tie the game late, run a stupid read option play on 4th and 2. Why? I don't know. Reminded me of the Rams and Niners game from Thursday. Why are we running the ball on 4th and short when you've got a supposed elite quarterback? Granted, the Rams actually do, but all we talk about is Drew Aller. He's a great prospect and didn't put the ball in his hands. I'm out on Penn State. James Franklin might have just sealed his fate of getting fired at Penn State. I don't know. We'll see what he can do the rest of the year. Alabama got their revenge. Big win for Bama. It was a close game in the first half. Alabama got a huge touchdown in the final seconds of the first half. That was really the end of the game. They got huge momentum and dominated the second half. Big win for Kalen DeBoer. He got the revenge loss last year. I'm looking forward to the rest of the games today. Follow for more reactions.